It's safe to say that things aren't really going to plan right now since we've taken over at Girona. And nothing tells that story more than the league table, which currently sees us in 14th place and only 4 points off relegation. And this team finished in a Champions League place last season. But it's very clear to me to see where we're going wrong. We're very good defensively with only 6 goals against us, but we've only scored 5 goals this season. That is by far the worst of any team in this league. Even the side at the bottom of the league have scored 9 goals. And although Luka Jovic did finally start to find some goals in the last episode, he actually has 2 of those goals in La Liga this season. It's quite clear to see that the rest of the team haven't really been doing a job to help him. And we're going to have to figure something out in this episode because we are not changing. We are sticking with the realism mod. We did a poll on the channel. We did a vote. Keep your eyes on the community post. That's where I'll put a lot of decisions for you guys to make. But you guys wanted it and you've decided that we will keep it. The only tweak I might make is I might make the games longer for us. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not yet, but that might be a decision we make. But with that said, and as keeping it that way, this is going to be the episode, hopefully, where we turn all our bad luck, all our struggles in front of goal, we put them behind us. We're going to tactically change this team today, boys. But hang on a second, before we do any of that, you know what to do. Grab yourselves a bev, get yourself sat down to enjoy this episode. Smash the subscribe button if you're new to the channel and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Let's get into it, lads. Now, whatever we do, we need to fix things fast. We have quite an open Champions League group, which saw an insane result for us against PSV, where we were 2-0 down, and we managed to rescue that game. This group is still wide open, but after the Arsenal game at the start of this episode, that might not be the case. So we need to focus and change stuff fast. And I've gone away instantly and made a few new formations. Now, this is what we do currently. This is our default, but it hasn't been working. And I think the main reason for it not working is this team has no right whatsoever in this gameplay mod playing tiki-taka. This mod changes so much stuff that you can't play like you would do on the base game, and that's exactly what I've been doing. You can near enough plug in tiki-taka with most sides, and it will work. We don't have the players to play that kind of formation. In fact, it's probably one of the hardest formations to play in the world. I say formation, but footballing style. So we're going to change it up today. Now, I've got a couple of formations for us to try, but this is the one I think that will work. One, we are swapping to a cam, which I think is just giving help to Luka Jovic. I think that's what we need to do, and Oscar Bob shined quite a lot in the last episode. And this Garcia guy, you know, he's not bad. He's not bad at all, so getting him some game time wouldn't be too bad. 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. He's not a bad player in the slightest in terms of what we have. So that is my foundation of doing this. Having someone link up with our striker is going to be key. We will work around with the central midfielders. The only rail change I've made is, I think it's Herrera. He stays back on attacks. I don't want to now just start leaving us wide open. And we will be playing on standard with this formation. We will tweak over time, but we are starting on just standard everything, base everything for this formation. Now, the other formation I would like to try, basically after watching Aston Villa at the weekend, I'm a fan of how they play football, and Emery had some success, right, with Villarreal in La Liga, well, in Spain, so we're looking at 4-4-2. Why not? F it. Let's stick in a 4-4-2. Now, my big issue with this is we don't have strikers, do we? We've only got 2 strikers, and I can't keep one of them fit when the other one plays, and Stuani's not very good. And look, this is one for the potential future. I would prefer it without 2 CMs and 2 CDMs, but again, that's something we could work around as time goes on. But yeah, this is just one I have in the back of my mind, and with January not miles away, that I wouldn't mind doing this formation. Now, speaking of January, we are broke right now. That's not going to change until we sell our one-away striker, who we are yet to get a single bid for. So as soon as Artem goes, which I imagine will be a sizable fee, we will have some money back in the bank. We can do some deals. There's a striker they signed from Aberdeen that we will try and sign straight away, so that will boost our striker situation. We have a scout out looking for Spanish talent, so hopefully that's going to change things. But there is one thing I did notice, and we're just young. I haven't done the development plans yet. They will be going in this episode. I usually just wait a little bit until I put them in. I don't want too much of a boost to start off with, too much of a head start, and then now over this season we'll start to see players progress a bit. But I did realize, I wish it showed you an average age, but look at it. We are so young, lads. It takes a while for us to hit 26, and when you look at team starters for us, it's 25 and below, if we're being honest with you. We don't have that many older players now, which is kind of what I wanted to do, apart from like club captain Daley Blind, who You know, who of these older players is still going to be here, barring Gazaniga next season? That's another big thing. So I think we need more players that are in their prime. We don't have as many, like 27, 28, 30. We don't really have them players. We have one or the other. We have old in terms of football or young in terms of football. And that's something now over these seasons that we probably need to look at and start to change. But I've waffled on enough. We're going to try the new formation. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm entering this game against Arsenal just saying, give me a draw. Now, of course, this is going to be the first time we play with the new formation. Garcia in behind Luka Jovic. I'm super obsessed right now as well with the training stuff. And just making sure that I have players fit to recharge full fitness. I started doing that a hell of a lot more. And it seems slowly now over time we're getting a bit more success. I think, who knows, but I do think we may be able to play our main starting 11. Is that space already for Valerie? That's not a good ball though. Can he keep it in? He can. But, oh, that's going to be difficult. But he kept it. And he flies it in. And it's going to be a shot from Jovic and a great save from Ramsdale. As I was saying, God, that was close. I am now hyper-focused on doing the training stuff after and around every game. So I'm training players who need sharpness after everyone, and this mod kind of forces you to play the game just a little bit more in depth, and that's probably somewhere I've slipped. Get it. Oh, that would have been great. Somewhere where maybe I've slipped up while playing this mod is not actually managing the day-to-day tasks as much as I probably should do. Arsenal already seem like they're playing like real-life Arsenal as they hold the bell well, and Odegaard will make it 1-0. They are a team that can definitely play tiki-taka, and that's exactly what they're doing against me right now. I barely touched the football. After our opening chance, I say barely. I haven't touched the football since our opening chance. Odegaard will make it 1-0 Arsenal, and our biggest fears, well, they're being met in real life. That was very difficult to deal with. This is quite possibly and quite easily right now the hardest level of competition I've come up against so far. And they're making my life hell. Really blind now, trying to charge down against Trossard. Not an ideal situation. I'll be honest with you right now. Dropping out of all European football might actually be the best result for us. Because we can't handle it. We really can't handle it. Thomas Partey inside. Look at that. Look at that from Arsenal. Scintillating stuff. 2-0. It's not even half time. We are being punished left, right, and centre. And we cannot create right now. This one was probably not the one we were looking at to kind of get back on track anyway. It's in La Liga. I want to get back on track in La Liga. I knew Arsenal would be different class compared to PSV and Lens, who are the teams who we want to kind of snatch points from. And this game is definitely miles different. They're pressing me. They're playing tiki-taka well. I'm not having a fun time playing against Arsenal. If I could have just kept this at 1-0, you start to think, oh, there's some fight in this for us. But I'm very close in the second half to just going, right, let's take off the first team players. Let's put on the second string. And we'll go with that. Yankov inside. Garcia. Play it. Oh, he has done. Luka Jovic might get to it. Ben White's recovery run was superb. Well, we will certainly have easier games in this episode. Arsenal, they beat us 2-0. And they thoroughly deserved it. They were way too good for me. We need some opposition more around our level, I think. And that easier opposition might be Celta Vigo. I don't want to eat my words. They still have a very good squad, but I think we might stand a little bit more of a chance. I tell you what, we definitely stand more of a chance than if we was playing against Arsenal again. Now, we do make a couple of changes for this one. I'm going to try Perez out on the left. I'm just not having any luck right now on the left with who I want to play there. Oscar Bob comes into the team, and Nunes. I've really liked the look of Oscar Bob so far, and I think he'll be the best player that we have who could link up with Luka Jovic. At least that's my mindset for this one. I actually think this is a really hard team to play against. We're at home, though. If we could pick up a good result here, that would be massive. Celta Vigo do have a fullback I've been looking at, and that is Manu Sanchez. I've taken a good look at him as well, actually. Oscar Bob there showing that he wanted it. Ran too far. Bob to Luka Jovic. That's Sagankov over the top. Oh, he's got him in. There's going to be a foul. Sagankov does keep it, though, and we can slowly start to play that back in, and we're going to turn Oscar Bob around. Nunes makes the tackle before we can fire off the shot, but early signs, we look the better side, which is all I really want in this game, and to score goals, because scoring goals so far has been the hardest thing in the world to come by. Trying to get that one in behind to Sagankov. Cannot get to it, although he does pick up the secondary ball. Then tries to whip one in. Jovic. Over to Oscar Bob on the volley. Reacted a bit too slow, although he was brought down. That's a penalty. This is a lifeline for Girona right now. Never mind. Not a penalty. I've been sold a dream. I've been lied to. God. I mean, you can't blow, give us a big cheater, and then come over and hand someone a card, and me not expect to think it was a penalty. It was from an earlier tackle. They have a yellow card. There'll be no lifeline for us yet. But as things stand, we've started pretty well. Well, they've opened up space for the first time. I don't like this, but that's great defending. We've actually showed good defending all year round. But it's the offense, just like that seems to always fall flat. Lovely ball down to Oscar Bob, actually. Bob. What's that ball on? Oh, he's got it. Perez. What's the ball over? He tried to find Nunez. I mean, it seemed like the right thing to do. I don't think Perez would have scored from there. Had a few moments now, though, where Perez has actually been really dangerous. Mateus Nunez holds the ball up nicely. Finds Luca. Luca tries to turn and shoot. Oh, that's the best shot of the game. Great save. Definitely feel like we're growing in this one, but it is time to make some subs. Martin is absolutely knackered. He does so much of the ball winning in this, so I think that's where Fran Beltran will suit, the left-sided central midfielder. And Perez I've been happy with. His link-up has been really good. Him, Oscar Bob linking up really well, but I like Asparilla as well. He offers a lot of pace, something a little bit different. Let's see what he can do with the given time that he's got left on the pitch. Barilla now, he's just got so much pace. Bags of it, and he's going to be fouled. That's going to be Tapia's second yellow. I didn't realise that. Asparilla comes on. They've got a man sent off. It's recommending I take off Luka Jovic. That's not something we could do right now, but with a man less, Tapia has been key for them. We could exploit them now. Barilla, oh, it's a lovely ball in behind. Tries to fire it in. Finds Oscar Bob. I just couldn't find out. Luka Jovic now has it. Can he do? He wants a little bit more movement, doesn't he? Is he going to get it? Are we going to get it? Are we going to get it in again? Oscar Bob. Great defending. Took too long. It's an own goal. We'll take it. We need all the luck that we can bloody get right now, lads. Red card. On goal. Oh, Oscar Bob, claim it. Yeah, mate. Have it. It's yours. It's yours. I believe in you. I felt like that was really good passing movement. We've done really well at this all game long. I'm actually really happy with this, but just a bit heavy on the touch. But Manu Sanchez, I think it is, a player who I actually have been looking at, I want for the team, tries to just knock it back to his goalkeeper. Mistake he's made, goes through the legs. And we are going to have the lead and a man extra, and I am going to make some subs. I am going to be smart now in these positions. Fran is going to come a bit deeper, and I think you have to do this to set them to be a CDM. There we go. So Fran's going to be a CDM. Nunez will drop a little bit. He's not going to be a CDM. And Oscar Bob will come off now for whatever cam I have. I don't have one. I don't know what to do here then. I think I bring on Stuani there. And maybe he could just hold the ball up. He's a big lad. He's not mobile. So actually, no, we'd probably swap them two around. I bring Sagankov central. And then I bring on Villa, and he goes where Asparilla is. And that's, look, this is what we have to do. Let's fight for the 3 points here. God, do we need 3 points? But I can't even explain how big time that Tapia sending off is. I don't even think the goal comes as a reflection from that, because the goal came just minutes after. I think the goal comes from a reflection of us pushing this entire game. But I don't want us to have heads down too much, because this game ain't over. And you have to just keep pushing. A massive mistake. Oscar Bob plays it through. Can Luka Jovic find that ball in? He might do. Asparilla. Oh, Gaeta gets there. It's a great save. But that was just lovely play. Trying to capitalise now on mistakes. But wow, do they have an open man there. Bamba, who hasn't really had an opportunity to run at us all day, now will. And I don't want us to be slack in this moment. Be smart, lads. Be smart about it. Great defending from David Lopez. Guess we're in Spain, so it'd be David Lopez. My back line is probably my biggest worry, lads. Let's be honest. I've got two 80s. Well, two close to 80s. Both of them are like 30 and ancient. And not just 30, but like 35, 36. So I really need to, I don't know, find whatever we're going to do next with centre-back position. I don't think we get given much money from the board, if I'm honest with you. Actually, that would be a good sub. Jean-Pierre can actually play pretty decent at right back, but also he could be a bit more defensive. That's what I need. Let's just hold them out now. We knew an onslaught was going to come. They have a man less, though, so you can't... There we go. That's right, Tony Villa. They have a man less. We take that. Lovely. Well, thank God then. We do hold on. We do play extremely well. They might have a man less. We get a bit lucky with the own goal, but we're going to take them. Do we count that as us having a better offensive performance? I don't know because it's not from open play. But, yeah, we needed the 3 points. That will boost us massively in morale and massively in the group. And by group, I mean league. I don't know why I said group. I definitely mean league. And I was right. That win is absolutely huge for us. Pushes us up to 9th place in the league. Now, something I didn't mention before, and this was a great comment as well, guys. And I'm just putting this out there. For FC25, I think we might do press conference stuff. Just because I think some of you guys put some insanely good comments. And honestly, whenever you write a big comment, don't overstate it. If I don't get back to it or I can't reply to it, I read them all. And I go through them all when I can around work and, you know, in bed at night when I can't get to sleep. I'm just reading your guys' comments. So anyway, it's the squad size. Apparently in Spain, you can have a 25-man squad. Now, I don't know how that works. And this is something that we're not going to do in this career mode. I'm just going to preface that straight away. I don't have time right now. And with that late into the game cycle, I just want to get things going. But a spreadsheet in the long run, we could do that. If we know the rules of how many international players we can have, how many... I don't think there is any rules of that in Spain. Maybe there might be like 3 non-EU. Or is that like... Italy and France. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. But yeah, that's just something to bear in mind in the future. I want to do that. I also want to know if it counts on youngsters or whatnot, because we need a spreadsheet, because this says 38 players, but we don't. We don't have 38 players. There's a lot of players out on loan and stuff, so it just kind of counts everyone. It counts academy players that you promote as well, which is a bit frustrating. But yeah, it's just something for the future that I think would be good. Now, in the youth academy right now, we don't have anyone. Because this goalkeeper I chose has turned out to be absolute trash. But the youth academy, that is something we need very, very quickly. But we have Osasuna to worry about next. And I mentioned these are going to be a little bit more in-depth episodes anyway. So we got Osasuna coming up. Obviously, we play Arsenal again. I might not even play the second Arsenal game just because they're not the team I expect to get points from. Rayo Vallecano, Athletic Club, and then PSV. So PSV and Lens are the ones I'm probably looking at the most to get points from. Now, I did expect to get points from Osasuna, but thanks to Ivan Martin getting sent off, we go ahead and lose this game 3-1. But look at this for the sim. It's a much better sim. It's much more realistic. But in the grand scheme of things in this away game, I really could have done without this. Obviously, they scored 2 goals after the sending off. It was 1-1 up until that point, so very disappointing. And of course, after that, we took on Arsenal, which, come on, let's be honest. None of us expected a result. The Fran Perez injury is the only worry for me. We lost it 2-0 as expected. It looks like we put up a fight, which is nice to see. But I never expected to win that one. I'm not excited to see the Fran Perez injury, though, but it is only 7 days, so I'm feeling a little bit happier about that. But let's forget about the Arsenal game for now. Let's forget about that unfortunate game in the league against Osasuna and the red card. We come up against Raul de Thomas, RDT. He has been a thorn in my side in every career mode I've done on Football Manager, on FC, on FIFA. But this is a great opportunity against Rayo Vallecano, a relegation threatened, for another 3 points. And I'm just going to take every 3 points and every game as it comes. It's a strong 11 for us, as you'd expect. Sticking with the formation so far that this episode has looked miles better in. Opting for Asperilla on the right today as well, so that should be mentioned. Aspie is good enough. Is that a yellow card? That's such a soft yellow. We have Asperilla now and Nunes on yellow cards, but he's the man there on the right today. Sagankov swaps to the left. I'm really struggling to figure out what I want to do with the left-hand side at this moment in time. So while that's being figured out, I guess this is how we're going to play. Is that another ball straight on? Luka Jovic. He do. Are they going to let him run? They are. Luka Jovic used his strength. Fired off a shot. Oh my God, that was another own goal in this episode. That's what I need to focus on. Let's get Luka Jovic in those positions. Now I'm going to tap this one short. Then I'm going to whip one in just to a dangerous area. It didn't work out. Daily Blind. Got back to it. Asperia. Oh, I can't just can't break them down. But good pressure here early on. And when we had good pressure in the last game we played, we managed to pick up the win. Well, not the greatest opening half here, but it's an away day. And we're not used to having great opening halves. But we've kept this man quiet. Well, the Thomas has been kept very, very quiet in that first half. Well, what a horrendous game of football that was, boys. The second half, mainly, I don't think there was a single shot. Was there a single shot? I don't know. I nearly fell asleep during the second half. But we'll take a point on the road, I guess. It's not a bad result, but again, we just can't break sides down. Now, in between all those games, as I said at the start of the episode, I've gone through and put all the development plans in. And I just want to point out that this is the coolest part of this, and this hopefully will be something going into the new game. You'll see here, if we go on the development plan, we could do it for loads of players, but look at how many different situations now we can actually train for. So hopefully that will have an impact. But we do have some more transfer news. Now, I may not have had certain bids in for certain players yet, but I've made some more decisions on players that I want to move out of the club, hopefully to raise some funds for positions we need more. And the first one of those is going to be Tony Villa. It's just not going to work for him. I have a lot of players who could play out wide, and I would rather give players like Fran Pires the games and also Asparilla. So I think this is a good opportunity for us to raise some funds. The 28-year-old isn't really going to improve that much more. And another player out wide who hasn't played, who is absolutely fuming and has actually come and just requested to leave. He's submitted the transfer request, is Christian Portu. I barely played him. He just hasn't worked out. I don't know. I don't favour him, and that's a problem. New manager comes in, doesn't always favour everyone. It's upset Christian Portu, which is fine, and we will happily let him leave the club. As things stand, we've only 6 million in the budget. There's not much I could do right now to improve the squad once we hit the window, and I need to improve the squad. Now, speaking of improving the squad, we have scout reports back. Now, I am going to take the 83 potential. He's probably very good in terms of the scouting system now, because it's not as easy to scout players. You'll see the potentials that we're getting for players, and the amount of players we're getting is a lot less. He's 14, Daniel Montez, and I'm just going to sign him up, and we're going to put him in the academy. He's super young. He should improve, and hopefully over time he will become an absolute beast. Well, now we just have the short task of trying to beat Atleti Club. This is not going to be easy. They got Nico Williams in the team, who's absolutely rapid. So I'm a little bit nervous for this one, but it's back at home. We need points. We're back down to 14th, I think, but I just need fluidity and points, and maybe I need the transfer market. I don't know. But we've tried to change stuff, and I feel like it has been for the better. We are creating more. But are we scoring? No, God, no. No, we're not scoring. But we are creating more, which I guess in the long run should be a good thing. There's Nunes wants the long pass. Oh my God, he's found him. Hold it, Valerie. Oh, it's a poor one over. That is the best chance in the opening 20 minutes. That's how dull this one has been. We've had a lot of them. Valerie, though, that is better, but the ball again. And this is probably just what he's lacking. Just that little bit of quality to take him to the next level. If I can find that from him, God, he's going to be dangerous, Sagankov. A little bit better. This is a chance. It's an opportunity. Doesn't feel like we've had one of them often. We've got PSV coming up after this as well, lads. So I am steady thinking, please win this game. And then PSV is basically the moment that we decide if we're in the Champions League staying or if we are out of it. But to be honest with you, I'm happy to be out of it, but wouldn't we like to stay in Europe in some capacity? Go on, Oscar. That is great. Oscar Bob now. Can I whip a good ball over? I dinked it too high. I should have gone with a threaded ball instead. Well, another half with very little chances goes by, but the chances that have come our way. That has to be a positive. Tell you what, they're making an early sub into this half, but one thing that's just kind of blown my mind is how quiet we've kept Nico Williams. He's been non-existent in this match, and I thought he was going to be a real problem. But we do have Miguel Gutierrez, who is quick, so he should be able to deal with them to a degree. But I just genuinely thought they were going to try and get him in behind a bit more. Me making mistakes like that, though, is not going to help my cause. But Daley Blind nearly makes up for it. I guess he does make up for it with that tackle. Coming forward, though, and in the end, we can get it clear. Oh, and maybe clear enough for an opportunity at goal. Luka Jovic, does he have the pace and the strength? Apparently not yet. The man we wanted to sign, by the way, in the window, makes a superb tackle there. Although mistake. Oscar Bob tried to go for it. And this is a bit scrappy. I thought Luka Jovic was in then. Honestly, I thought he'd have the strength against Uri Clearly not. I remember looking at your eye. Unbelievable defender. Well, we're tired because I feel like right now I'm just chasing games. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to win that much. I'm just really chasing at matches. I'm going to bring off Luka Jovic. He's had the best chance of the game for us, but he's just knackered. And I don't know what we can do right now, apart from just keep trending in the way we're trending. Despite everything, we are playing better, and I never thought we was going to be a really good defensive side this year, but Daley Blind, David has done great as well. Both fullbacks have done great. I never thought defensively that would be where we stand out, but it really is, and with our attack, I don't think it's changing anytime soon. Full-time whistle blows, and it's yet another point, and yet another game we haven't scored. Let's think about this, boys. In this entire episode, we've scored 1 goal from open play, and it was an own goal from Manu Sanchez. That is showing real signs of issues right now for this Girona side. Now, I'm not just expecting those issues to go away overnight, but it's time for PSV and us to find out our fate in the Champions League. If we lose this one, we will be definitely out with still the slimmest of hopes of European football continuing with the Europa League. But let's be honest, we lose this game and we will be out of all European competition most likely. Here we go then, boys. This is the game. I'm telling you now. This is the game where everything turns around. This hasn't been a bad episode in terms of points total. In terms of you seeing goals, it's been pretty bad. Now, I have upped it to 6 minutes. I think that's the right play for this. We're going to go out 6 minutes. It should see us have a little bit more action in the games. I'm also thinking about dropping it to world class because I've mastered defending on this new mod, but I honestly just can't break teams down. I can't create chances. Maybe the longer game time will help, though. So we'll kind of see. We'll keep adjusting. Maybe I should keep adjusting tactically. I've opted with the youngster at right back, obviously, because he's rapid. I want to give him some opportunities just because of how quick he is. But look at this already. We have bodies over. We can commit now. And now we've got so much space going forward. Garcia tries to get it back across. Didn't work out. But that is a little bit better. Overloading that side. Yankov now. The young man. Wants to lift it in. Oh, he has done actually. Luka Jovic is saved. It's tapped in by Fran Perez. I score a bloody goal from open play. Fran Perez out on the left. We score a goddamn goal from open play. It was the youngster, the right back. Can't say his name. I think it's Ilnich maybe. Good ball in. Great header from Luka. He's well saved. But the desire from Fran Perez to get on the end of that, honestly, he's become my starter on the left-hand side. I'm training him to be two-footed. He has just massively impressed me. Him and Asparilla. I'd pretty much get rid of all the other wingers, apart from Sagankov, obviously, and maybe bring in one more, because I really think we don't need those others. Fran Perez has been far better than anybody else higher overall than him, and so has Asparilla. I think we should scout PSV, because this Bakayoko, I mean, I like Noah Lang already, but that Bakayoko lad is just giving me a vibe that I would like him on my team. We would just mention wingers. I think he just cost a lot. Martin now being given a bit of room to run. Probably questioning where he's going to put the ball. He's going to give it to Victor Sagankov. That's what he's going to do with it. And then Sagankov plays one straight in. Oh, it's a good ball in to Garcia. Maybe should have been 2. Oh, Garcia hasn't had many chances. He started getting him in the team. He's 33. Let's be honest, but he's starting to get a few chances, and that probably right there should have been a goal. It's right towards the end of the first half, in which we lead that PSV are going to get an opportunity, and we don't want anything to come from this. To stay tight, and we will do. I now can get that clear, and that is absolutely lovely. We go in at half-time with our 1 goal advantage. That's huge to me. I need a second. We all know I need a second. Please let me score a second goal game. But I think the 6 minutes is definitely an improvement. Luka Jovic outside the box. Not ideal. Borja Garcia try to catch. Benitez out. Nearly did. To know that Arsenal are drawing in their game as they come forward. You know, a little bit lucky there. Luka. Oh, this could be it. Could be it. Get the ball over. Get it, Luka. Oh, he nearly made the touch. Perez gets to it in the end. Oh, he slides it over. And now we actually have real opportunity here for something to happen. That's a great ball in behind. I'm going to try and slide it back across. I do, Martin. Oh, it's going to be 2 for Girona. We don't often do that. That is huge. Ivan Martin scores the goal, and I'm over the goddamn moon. And it is the young right back. He's like 18 with the ball over. What a goal, though. There was no stopping that. He hit that with so much power and venom. Straight into the back of the net. Ooh, we can breathe a little bit more nicely now that we have a cushion for the first time, I think, in this career mode. Are we finally starting to clock on to how this game should be played with the mod? Maybe. Just maybe I'm getting somewhere. Good news for us. Arsenal are beating Lens, which is good news. Arsenal will top the group. It's fine. They can win all the games if they want. We need the other teams to lose. This could be brilliant. Garcia. Poor ball. Just poor ball. I don't really know what he was trying to do there. That was a great opportunity. Yeah, is that good ball over? Ilnich gets to it. Oh, that's lovely. Paul 2 has come on. Paul 2. Oh, hit the crossbar. I had to bring him on. Didn't have anybody else who could really play Cam. And he nearly just scored a worldie after being on the pitch for seconds. What a ball. I tell you what, this Ilnich lad at right back needs to get more game time. I've barely played him. He needs more. He's rapid. And he's got some real ability. Well, for the first time this season, we're going to win. And we are going to win comfortably. The first time this season. We're about 15 games in. And he's going to be in the Champions League. It's at home as well, which is actually a big thing for me. But Ivan Martin, sorry, I should call him, scored a wonderful goal to make it 2-0. But I'm just super happy. Perez scoring as well. The right back played really well, the youngster. This feels like a block we can build on. And with Arsenal winning, it gives us real hope. Because we need Arsenal to beat PSV, yes, obviously. But if we beat Lens, we go through. We genuinely can go through to the knockout stage. Do I think that's good for us? No, but financially, that has to be good for Girona. And whatever is financially good for Girona, this will be good for me next summer. Because we are going to need that money. But overall in the league, we're going to have to do something. We need to find some form. Still the best defense in the league, but the worst offense. So it's not the greatest of trade-offs. We have 7 draws this year because defensively we've been sound. Offensively, we've absolutely sucked. But again, that result against PSV could be a block we build on. Or at least I'm praying it could be a block we build on. But it's one we're going to build on in the next episode. Boys, I think the tactical changes have been good. And we are in December now. So we are super close to January. And I'm hoping we can start getting some deals out. I'm hoping to get into January in the next episode. So continue to leave suggestions for players. But try and use your brains to think of obscure players that would make sense to come to Girona. But they're not going to cost that much. Because financially, we don't have a pot right now. We need to bring money in with player sales. I'm going to continue to look at other players we can ship out because I'm starting to grow my favorites in this team. But I want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this career mode. I'm actually really enjoying it, the more realistic element and the more slower paced episodes. This is how we used to do it on the channel, and I haven't done a career mode like this in a while. It's been a lot more, quick paced. But yeah, I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching. If you're new, smash subscribe, hit the like button. I will see you for the next episode where hopefully our struggles with Girona and no more, and we can go on a really tasty run now. Although we do have Barcelona coming up soon.